Hey College and Career Success, this is your week 1 assignment video. So I just wanted to point out a couple quick things that underneath your Start Here section, if you haven't already, please maybe take some time to look at the welcome video. I know it's about 20 minutes long. I apologize for the length, but I really do want to make sure that you are comfortable navigating Brightspace and just getting your feet wet with it. And then of course there's all the other resources that I talk about it inside that video. If I keep scrolling down to the lessons area, I'm going to get to week 1, both the videos and the assignments itself. So if you see here the week 1 videos, I already have the lecture overview uploaded. This is literally just a couple minutes long because there's not a chapter that we cover this week. It's really just kind of getting used to Brightspace and the course in general. But this video right now is going to focus on the assignments that you have to complete. So in week 1, you do need to be completing the following assignments. You have a discussion board, and so your original response is due by Wednesday for your attendance, which means by Wednesday night, 11:59 p.m., you need to respond to the prompt so that you are getting your weekly attendance. If you happen to miss that Wednesday deadline, then you can still post. You'll just be marked as late, but it's better than no attendance points. So please make sure that by Wednesday you post your original response, and then by Sunday you want to respond to 2 classmates, and I'll talk about what that response will look like here shortly. You also have 2 assignments, the Title IX quiz and the digital scavenger hunt. I will tell you that both of these assignments are graded automatically by Brightspace, and so I just have to go in and make sure that Brightspace actually recorded them. There was a couple little hiccups with that over the summer, but those are automatically graded, and so I will keep an eye out for those as you complete them. And then the last thing is to register for Handshake. This is not an assignment, but you're going to need it for this workshop assignment that I've alluded to multiple times in the other 2 videos I've already put on your page, and I will talk about Handshake even more in the specific student services assignment video. All right, so underneath that is the materials. So the main material in here that I think you're going to use for this week is the Title IX slideshow, because you have a Title IX assignment. So you can definitely download this and have it in another window, or you can have it right here. If you want to download it, you just go down here, download, it's going to go right there, and that way you can have it in a different tab in case you wanted to click back and forth. You also in here have an online learning. These are a lot of links to take you to like frequently asked questions or your degree plan. But again, these are just materials, resources that you might need, along with a couple other links that might be hotly visited the first couple weeks of the semester. But I do encourage you to have that Title IX slideshow up and going so that you can reference it. So your actual assignments are down here in the week 1 assignment. I just click on it. You're going to have an introduction discussion forum. So when I click on it, it says, hey, let's go to the discussion. Here is your prompt. So it puts your prompt right here. It says, introduce yourself, share at least 3 things about yourself, a time when you were proud of an accomplishment, an interest or hobby, and at least 1 goal. So those are your 3 things: pride of an accomplishment, interest or hobby, and 1 goal. So I know 150 words, it might seem like a lot to try to talk about yourself, but take a couple sentences, just tell us, you know, who you are, what's your major, maybe like, is this your first semester, have you had other college experience, whatever you're comfortable sharing, honestly. And then go ahead and go through those 3 things. Again, when you write 150 words, some people like to type it out in a Word document first because they like the Word document format and then paste it. Other people just like to post it right in there. So you're going to post by Wednesday and then respond to 2 classmates by Sunday. How you go about doing this is you simply click on the name of the form again. It's going to repopulate the prompt, and you're just simply going to hit create new thread. When you do that, this doesn't go away, it's right here, and your subject could be just like intro forum, and then you're going to go ahead and post in here. And you can see as I type, it does keep track for me. So I know exactly how many words I am typing as I go, so that you can also keep track of your 150 words right there. Again, as I mentioned in a previous video, if you are like 140, 145, you know, I'm not going to start taking off points. If you go over, I certainly won't take off points either. It's when students really come in far under, and I start looking at that more critically like the 2nd and 3rd week of the semester. So please make sure to get as close to 150 as possible. When you have posted your original response, you're going to go in and respond to 2 classmates. And so I already have like a really quick example. You can see like here is mine. I named it intro discussion. You can see my name is right there, so you know it's from me. If I were trying to respond to this, I would just click on this post, and you could see that I type your post here, and I'm just going to hit reply. And so I would just reply right here. Your response does not have to be 150 words. I would just make it like a sentence or two. And what you're doing is not just like, I agree, I disagree, or good job. No, it's got to be like a meaningful, maybe compare, contrast what someone said to what you were going to say, ask a question, build off of it. Something along those lines is what you're looking at for your discussion board. Okay, so that is your first assignment, is your discussion forum assignment. Post your original response by Wednesday for your weekly attendance and respond to 2 classmates by Sunday. That is also on the calendar to serve as a reminder. All right, so then your other 2 assignments are your Title IX and your College Resources Digital Scavenger Hunt. Your Title IX is going to walk through. It's going to be like kind of like a moving slideshow. It's taking a minute. You're going to just click through.
Object. What is Title IX?
So you're going to click through, and this is why I said you could have this up and going, because if you're not sure, you can just click back and forth and answer the questions, and make sure at the very end you hit submit, and then Brightspace will automatically grade that assignment for me. The next one is your College Resources Digital Scavenger Hunt, which is just what it sounds like, looking for resources that happen to be online for the
Stark State College offers some these resources. Let's use the website to find out where the testing center.
So what you can do here is, as you get to each question, if you're not sure, if you recall from my welcome video, I did show you the Stark State homepage, info for current students. You could go to this page and you can look for the particular resource. You could search for it up here. You can get into My SSC and search right here. So lots of different places you could go if you're not already familiar with these, but the whole point of this assignment is to make you familiar, to make you understand what kind of resources are on campus as well as located online. Once you're done with that, make sure you submit, and again, Brightspace will grade that automatically. The last thing, as I mentioned, is not a graded assignment, but it is a registration for Handshake, which is where you will register for your student services workshop. And so you'll click on that link to open for Handshake, and here it is right here. You'll sign up, and there's information on what to do here. It tells you that you need to use your own personal information or the college's information. If you just want to put the college's information in there, you will use your Stark State Gmail address that ends in .net. Don't put .edu. I know a lot of colleges are .edu. And then you'll sign up, and this is where it's a job posting board, but it's also where events are handled through the college. So once we get into that, like the first full week or two, and they've uploaded all the information about the workshops, I will do a separate video that talks about Handshake as well as the student services assignment. All right, so that's all for week 1. Just make sure you complete your original response in that form by Wednesday, respond to 2 classmates by Sunday, get your Title IX and your College Resources Digital Scavenger Hunts done by Sunday as well. When you are done with this first week, I will message you up here in the message, and I'll say, hey, you're all done. And if you get an email on Thursday saying, hey, don't forget you have this assignment coming due Sunday, it's not because you have to complete it immediately. I just send my reminders on Thursday mornings in case a student does happen to forget that they still have work to do in that week. All right, as always, if you have questions, feel free to reach out through my email up here, through my extension, stop by my office, whatever you need. Have a great week.